My question is this. Name a bully in today's NFL. A team. Can you be a bully in today's NFL?
I mean, I think Seattle probably would have been the closest thing to it this year, right? But do you even consider them bullies?
No, I don't.
Just a good defense?
They're good defense.
Yeah, they're good. Well, they hit hard. They were a hard-nosed team. However,
they tackle well.
Yeah, but it's doing tackle. They tackle well. They hit real hard. They were aggressive with their tackling. But I mean, if you compare them to that ESPN
jacked up,
the Bullies of Baltimore.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that whole show was about that team with Siragusa and Ray and all the characters on that team. But they were bullies. I mean, and you think about the Goose, he would Gannon out of his playoff game. That was different than what you see now, and I don't think those guys could play now.
I don't think you can be a bully in the National Football League. I think the NFL frowns upon it. They don't want it, and once you get that type of reputation, I think you'll get targeted. I think you'll get more flags. I think you'll have officials going after you because they don't want that in the National Football League. There's a flag, Jeremy, for hitting a defenseless receiver. Wait a minute. The ball was snapped. You ran a route. The ball was thrown your way. There should be an expectation of getting hit. So how are you defenseless?
Well, used to be.
This is where I would argue with that because I do think you have no way of controlling yourself once you leave your feet, and a defender does. So if you're coming down, and you can get laid out. And it's not about tackle. Like if you hit a guy after he lands, but you're popping guys, especially if you're launching.
I should let you land before I hit you.
I mean, that's the way it is in the league now.
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be that way.
I think it should be to
I don't
protect
think
if we're going to take health seriously, you have to do
I should be able to jaw the ball from you. I should not have to sit there and wait for you to land before I hit you.
There used to be a technique.
Yes.
And, instead of just trying to get your hand in, a lot of guys would just time it. When the receiver actually just about touched the ball, he would deliver the hit.
The problem is when they miss that timing, though. Like, you're trying to time it, and then you lay the guy out. Guys get hit early, and then you get headhunters like Ryan Clark, and we can go through all
those are different things. I don't want you going after anybody's head. That's on. If you played football, that was on the helmet. We used to take that class in high school about not going helmet to helmet. That's a different topic. But if you're going up and I put those shoulder pads in your gut and draw that ball loose, that should be a legal football play. This is what Jeremiah had to say about the Bullies of Baltimore.
Yeah, I think big guys. I think defensively, it's just there's such immense pride in that building for how you play defense, and it hasn't been up to their standard. So, when they're at their best, they are big. They're big everywhere. It's not just like big DTs or some big edge-setting guys, but they have big corners, big linebackers. Like they want to be kind of a bully, and I think they got away from that a little bit. And when there's some finesse players, some speed players that they brought in, I looked at them trying to get back to that tenacity and that style.
You got to have speed players in the National Football League. I don't know what he means by finesse players and speed players.
Well, I think if you're talking about guys that play fast and you're super athletic twitch guys, you're going to see more offenses be finesse. You can have a smash mouth offense if you run first and you're constantly just road grading teams. But I think the finesse part usually comes into offense. But what we're seeing now is more finesse defense.
No, he said the Ravens got away from the big bullies and got finesse speed guys. Number one, you have to have finesse speed guys on the outside for corners. So I don't know how you get bullies there. I don't think the interior linemen are finesse speed guys. I think they are. I don't really understand what David Jeremiah is saying the Ravens defense has become, because they still have big guys in the middle.
Yeah, and you're talking about finesse guys on the corner. I assume you're talking about people like Wiggins.
Yeah.
It's he's the fastest guy in the field.
But doesn't want to tackle.
But he's good in coverage, and nobody can outrun him. So you kind of need that.
You got to have those guys on the outside. So I hear what he's saying about getting back to being bullies, but I don't understand what he's saying, how the Ravens got away from that and got finesse speed guys. They do have finesse speed guys where everybody has finesse speed guys because you have to.
I don't know that you can be a bully with the way that the rules are enforced now.
We're saying the same thing on that.
Yeah.
We're saying the same. I don't get that.
Again, I think anybody that played Houston, to a degree, played Denver, played New England, played Seattle this year, you would say, damn, that defense was really good. They didn't beat the hell out of us.
No.
I think there were times you would look at Houston and teams that they played went, well, damn. And then you look at Houston's offense and the way they played and go, well, damn.
Well, Houston can get to the quarterback. Houston can get to the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Is that bullies or skill?
Skill.
That's skill.
Well, they have a linebacker, Aziz Al-Shaair. He's a bit of a bully. Late hits sometimes.
Okay, that's dirty.
But that's his thing. He's a bully. He was. If we're going to point to anybody on the Texans, that'd be him.
Okay. How many times does he get penalized for that? A lot. So that's going to get cut out.
I think he's been suspended for it, too,
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Which goes back to what we're saying. The NFL doesn't want that.
As Joe just said, he's the one that hit Trevor Lawrence.
Let's go to Baltimore and get Roy. What's up, Roy?
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 Feel like we're in Die Hard. Roy!
Early in the show, you guys posed the question, who performed well in the combine, boosted their stock, got picked in the first round, right? Mm-hmm. I could come to grips with like 2 names. I think Darius Hayward-Bay, he ran the fastest 40 in the combine.
But he didn't play well in the NFL.
Yeah, that's the point. That's what you kind of answered my question.
But who's the other guy?
Who elevated his stock but played well in the National Football League? Who's the other guy?
Demaryius Thomas.
That's a good one. So here, let me just say this with Demaryius Thomas, though, because
he was already projected to be high pick.
The problem with Demaryius Thomas and why people may have been like down on the numbers his senior year, don't forget, Paul Johnson went there, the former Navy head coach, and took over Georgia Tech. He did not transfer out. He played in that offense, which was, a run-first offense. It was finally, hey, we got a big play guy we can throw the ball to. So.
But wasn't he projected to be a first-round pick? I think he moved up in the first round. I thought he was projected to. Maybe I'm wrong. Darius Hayward-Bay is an example of what I was saying, though. Yeah. I mean, he's a guy that became a combine hero, and the Raiders drafted him, I believe.
Because that was Al Davis. It was Al Davis still alive. It was the whole thing about speed, baby. That's all he cared about. And just before I forget, we talked to the Maryland player in the supplemental draft. Was it Jared Gaither?
Yeah, we figured that out during the commercial break.
Okay.
And then the Ravens drafted him in the supplemental draft.
Yes, right.
So the other thing with Demaryius Thomas and what people need to realize is that guy was a freak of nature. Like, he had the biggest thighs on a wide receiver I've ever seen in my life. And I don't remember back to where he was projected in that draft. I think he was a first-round pick.
I thought he was, but if not, either way, that's a good pick.
Because of his size and his ability. And again, when he went to the combine, it just would have showed even more I'm trying to even remember if he ran, because I thought he had a foot injury, too. Let me go back and look at it.
410-583-1057. That's the number. Baltimore's Big Bad Morning Show on the Fan. Ravens defense. Ed, you think the Ravens go defense or offense in the first pick? I'll put it this way. Do they want to go defense or offense in the first pick?
I'd like them to go defense because I thought that was a bigger problem. People would just seem to move at will on them at times. So, I mean, to me, I'd like to see them go defense, but they have offensive needs. That line's got to be shored up. So, not sure, but I'm hoping for defense.
Jeremy, if they could pick, if they had their choice, what do you think they want to go defense or offense?
Yeah. I mean, look, if you're forcing me to pick, I'm going to say offense, that you end up drafting I have some weird feeling they might draft a wide receiver. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but yeah, I think looking at the offensive line, and by the way, Demaryius Thomas was projected by many as a 2nd to 3rd round pick.
So that's a good pick then. That's a good one.
But again,
that's a good one.
But again, I was right. He broke his foot. He had high upside and speed. I don't know that he ran at the combine because of his broken foot.
So his stock may have gone up on pro days.
When people started looking at it going, did you see this guy? He's a freak of nature.